Okay, welcome along. And really, it wasn't really practical to put the Dedicant message and everything in with the Michael Brooks stuff. I think they are deserving of their own videos. So here we go. If you followed the trail of the Dedicant last time out, you got this message again from Vice Admiral Amir Rafiq of the Imperial Navy. Location of Dedicant, distress call confirmed. Imperial intelligence has calculated that the original source coordinates for the distress call from the Dedicant are within the HIP 19600 system. There is no data on the megaship's precise location or status. The Imperial Navy has been ordered not to directly intervene in what the Emperor has judged to be a federal matter. Nevertheless, independent pilots who helped us locate and decipher fragments of the Dedicant's message may find this information of interest. As HIP 19600 is deep behind the Thargoid front lines, you should take great care if you choose to investigate further. Vice Admiral Amir Rafiq, Imperial Navy. Alright, so when players found out about this and they took a look at HIP 19600, it's a Thargoid controlled system, and so they wondered what would happen if they cleared it. And so players have been working hard over the last 24 hours and they've actually cleared this control system. So tomorrow, Thursday, after the tick, this system will go back to being unpopulated and the Thargoids shouldn't be there at all, which would possibly make going there and reading these logs, and perhaps if there's anybody left to rescue, performing some kind of rescue operation on whoever remains from the Dedicant, it would make all of that certainly a lot easier if the Thargoids have been booted out. But hey, where's the fun in that, right? As there's no nav beacon, because of course this was an unpopulated system. Going to FSS it, and when we get to body 1D, we can see that the Dedicant appears. There it is. And we can target it and go straight to it. So it's orbiting body 1D. And I imagine this is going to be a little bit like the Kingfisher, where if there are still Thargoids attacking this place, it could be a bit tricky picking up all 10. Apparently there are 10 voice acted logs. Might have to go into Super Cruise and back in again, and just jump out and in if you get attacked too much while you're trying to pick these logs up. Same kind of situation as we had with the Kingfisher. As I say, if you come here after the tick, tomorrow, anytime after tomorrow, of course it will be tomorrow by the time this video goes up, but it was still Wednesday night my time when I recorded this. So tomorrow there should be no Thargoids here at all, and then anybody who wants to presumably will be able to pick the logs up in peace. As we come into the Dedicant now, we'll see if I get any hassle or whether I'm able to just pick them all up. And I like taking FedEx on this because I don't get to use the Viper very often, and it's a lot of fun to fly, and it's quick, and it's great for stuff like this. But if there's any longer ranges involved, then yeah, I'll be back in Clio, who you've seen in my videos many times, my dedicated ASP Explorer. And so for the longer trips out to, like the beacons yesterday in the Michael Brooks tour, I'll switch to the ASP Explorer. But a nippy little ship that can quickly dash round it, and oh my god, that has been trashed. Oh yeah, look at that, they mullered it. Look at all that stuff. Well, we have 10 uplinks. I think we have 10 uplinks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's handy. You don't have to find them, which is nice. They're all very visible. They're all in range of even short range sensors, and you won't have to chase around trying to find them in the first place. So you just quickly get in there and scan them. But yeah, looks like the Thargoids have done a number on this. There's a message here from AX Fleet Command. We've secured the advantage in HIP 19600. Local security forces can finish the remaining Thargoids. Soon our ports will need shipments of goods to help the repair efforts. If you're planning to stick around, we could use a capable pilot. Other systems still need help too. No doubt they'd appreciate your support as much as we do. Okay, well, they started putting in messages about invasion systems being cleared so that we would be notified, basically in order that we weren't going to do more work than was actually necessary. You know, work that could be put into another system that still needs clearing. And it looks like they started doing the same with controlled systems now, which is nice. A few more notifications when we've done what we need to. Certainly doesn't do any harm. So inside 200 meters for your data link scanner. What a mess. And, you know, like I said before, just how far gone do you have to be to think that this is the best possible future for you? To get trashed by aliens because you think they're gods, come to punish us all. We don't even know if the Thargoids have any concept of religion or vengeance or punishment, or, you know, we continue to attach human motivations to a species that has no need for them whatsoever. Projecting our own assumptions onto their behaviour, you know, that's what we would do, so that's what they must be doing, and there's absolutely no reason why this should be the case. I think some people forgot the dictionary definition of alien. And I know that we can't truly imagine anything alien by definition because it's completely outside our frame of reference, our experience, our knowledge. How can we describe something that we don't even know about or understand? I get that, but I still think we can do a little bit better than humans in funny hats. I don't know whether it's because the system has been taken back by players, but I've been able to pick these up in peace. I've had no Thargoids dropping in to attack me while I'm trying to grab these like I did at the Kingfisher. I've had no real hassle finding any of them. They're all listed in contacts. I've had no hassle with the list rearranging the order depending on your position in space. And it's letting me go to them, and I'm not getting any messages like, oh, link already scanned or anything like this. This is very easy. It's very straightforward. Just rock around the ship, pick up all 10, and that should be that. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of them.
No way that worked. They were totally out of it. Maybe there's something to this Far Guard after all. Okay, for the record, I set off the trap that dazed the Federal Guards. Me. 61st adherent of the 11th Chew Chapter. I saw the trigger hidden in the wall as we shuffled past. All I had to do was give it a little kick. I know the first herald said the chip under our skin would protect us from the noise, but it was so loud. My ears are still ringing. The Federals got it really bad, though. Just dropped to the floor, holding their heads and yelling. I saw one of them throw up. And then I ran and ran. Hang on. Where am I? Whatever. They won't find me. I was running forever. If I keep the door locked, I'll be safe. It's not like the feds are gonna sweep every room on the ship. They're probably still trying to put their brains back together. I guess I'll make myself comfortable. Ow! What the hell is... Huh. Nice. Contraband. Well, I can see why someone would need a break from spreading the good word. Your secret's safe with me. Whoever slept here. This could be a reward from the Far Guard, right? Thank you for helping everyone escape from the feds. Sounds fair. There's nothing in the sacred text that tells us to be sober. What would be the point if the galaxy's gonna burn anyway? They're so beautiful. The way they come from nothing and just... boop. And they're here. All the lights they have are... they look like pinwheels. My granddad made them when I was little. It was just paper on a stick. But they were magical. And they would spin so fast when we ran. And he would say, "Sophie, careful where you're running." But I'd be watching the pinwheels spin and spin. I miss him. He was the only one who was nice to me. But I'm not Sophie anymore. And that's that. 61st adherent now, of the 11th First Chapter. I've cast off my shackles to worship them. There's so many of them. The Far Guard must have sent protectors to save us from our captors. I wonder how they know which of us are faithful. Far Guard tells them, I suppose. The Far Guard knows everything. They're so graceful. Like flowers in the wind. Pinwheels. They're reaching out to us. Everything the Herald said was true. I see it now. It's so beautiful.
It appears our destiny lies far from the shackles of the federal oppressors. The Far God guides our path. I'm within the Dedicant's inner sanctum, with many brothers and sisters of the true chapters. We are safe for now. It will not be easy for our captors to find us. The heretics will not be permitted to further desecrate our sacred home. My faith never wavered. Even as we sat in our cells, even as we were insulted, spat upon, belittled, I knew the truth. It was merely a test of our devotion. I am proud that so many of us held on to the conviction the far God demands. We have passed the trial. When the fires arrive to absolve the galaxy of sin, I shall be born anew. Never have I been so certain. We were once the lost. We are now the blessed. We will be the manifestation of peace from the ashes of the damned, cleansed by the cry of the far God. I am ready to transcend. The ninth disciple brings word. Our prayer has been delivered to the void. I await the heralds of the far God. In our time of need, we ask our blessed Savior for protection. I have tried to convince our fellow humans of the paradise which awaits us. Offered a place among the faithful, only to be burned by rejection. I implored the unseen to open their eyes. As we were incarcerated, we extended our hands. When the fearful hunted us, we tolerated their wickedness, even as they took our lives. The far God sees all. But today, as the Federation seeks to herd us like mindless cattle, we dig our heels in the dirt and deny them their illusion of control. Soon, the heralds will receive our offering. A signal broadcasting the songs of their vessels, a token of our faith. We will enter our pods to dream of paradise. My hands quiver with excitement at the beauty awaiting me in slumber. What happens to our physical bodies is of little consequence. We have already been martyred in the minds of the lost. To the far God.
I have reclaimed control of the Dedicant's sacred dicks for you, my saviour. Let me be an extension of your will. Grant me the strength to keep your devoted servants safe from harm. Glory to the far God. I did it. I can't believe I got away from them. At least I have the chance to prove my worth. Let's see here. We were at this junction when the first trap went off. A disciple triggered the second one here as we fled. So the third chapel would be the closest haven. What did the cameras say? There you are. Stay strong, my brothers and sisters. I will keep you safe from our tormentors. Speaking of which, if I close this corridor down and shut that access point, there. Now the faithless ones have to bring their remaining captives to Section 86. There are more traps on the route too. Who knew doing the Far God's work would be so fun? This is the 9th disciple of the 5th true chapter. Yes, disciple. That sounds like an excellent idea. Head to access point 16 on that deck and I'll let you through. When you're at the hyperdrive controls, I'll seal the path behind you. The intruders won't find you. I can't wait. May the Far God watch over us. We're finally going to do it. After all these years, we'll be free from these disgusting people who hate us so much. Well, you can all kiss my ass. You won't be missed in the next life, I'll tell you that much. Where did you go, What is your little gang planning? I'll find you before long. You can't hide from me forever. This was my purpose. I know it now. The Far God trusts me to watch over the faithful. I'm not going to mess this up. If only my wife could see me now. I'd love it if she was sitting beside me, telling me I'm only going to screw things up. Not today, Kathy. I've got the federal trespassers locked in their rooms, and the Far God's children are safe. I always said I just needed a chance to prove myself. But you never listened, did you? Ha! Found you. Federal rats in my maze. Where are you going? Agent West again? Very clever of you to escape the last corridor I shut you in. I'll give you that. You want to know something, Agent West? You remind me of a boss I used to have. He had the same serious expression. He yelled at me all the time because he was a bully. I'll bet you're just like him. Mean and selfish. Well, bullies should be locked up. Try and get out of this one, Agent West. Oh, what's with the sour face? Nowhere to go. Can't call for help. Loser! What's that noise? More federal vermin? Where is that coming from? This isn't right. Don't think so.
Roger that. See you soon. What a mess. Damn cultists. This ship is infested with traps. Non-lethal, thankfully. We have some sore heads out there, though. Here's the plan. All 3 escort teams will secure their remaining prisoners before sending a squad to secure ship operations. Alpha's heading to engineering to bring the hyperdrive back online. Bravo will go for the power plant. Charlie's taking the system network hub. As for us, well, we're as useful as a chocolate coffee cup. Remote access to almost all ship functions is disabled. Life support is all I can change, and I ain't touching that. Not with the luck we're having right now. Internal comms is still working for now, but nothing's making it external. Truth be told, their whole comms array is a mess. Just a bunch of pre-recorded messages preaching the Far God's garbage. Good thing we brought light sticks. This place is gloomy. Oh, stinks as well, like something peed in all the corners. I know the Thargoids prefer ammonia worlds, but why make your holy ship stink like one? Well, my husband likes red wine, but he doesn't shampoo with it. What have you got?
Gotta take a look at this.
This is Agent Gateshead making a personal log. We've lost internal comms on the bridge. Jessup thinks it's a jamming signal broadcast from inside the ship. All escort teams would be stuck with it. Last message we heard was from West's team heading to engineering. He said something about the Dedicant's access paths changing before we lost connection. Walton found a local cache of the cult's sacred text on one of the consoles. Been reading through it for anything which could help us identify their next steps after scurrying off into hiding. nothing yet. It's mostly nihilistic poetry about how beautiful the galaxy will be once everyone in it has been purged. The data stamp says the text was being edited when the Dedicant was seized. Something about an expedition into Thargoid space. Sounds like a spectacularly bad idea. This True Chapters sect is more proactive than their cousins, though. Evidently, some of the cultists got nervous when Theta 7 blew up the Sacrosanct a while back. The Order's text on pacifism and non-resistance have been updated here. The True Chapters argue that it's permitted to resist if someone would inflict harm upon your material form before the Far God's blessing is received. They still forbid violence, but... well, looks like traps and signal jammers are allowed. What was that? Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Not here! Please, not here!
This is Escort Team Alpha calling for backup. Come in, Command. We have a situation on the Dedicant. Anybody reading this? Damn it. Command, this is Senior Agent Desmond West. Requesting response. Attention, FIA personnel. I'm broadcasting on all known agency channels. We have, an emergency situation on the megaship Dedicant. There was some kind of a trap embedded in one of the communal areas. It went off like a flashbang. Full sensory overload. Took us out for a few minutes. The cultists must have known all about it, because by the time any of us had our shit together, most of them had escaped. Mason, Bukowski, get them over there with the others. Over there! We'll take the remaining cultists to our original checkpoint. Escorts Team Bravo and Charlie should be reaching theirs in, under 15. Gateshead's team is already on the bridge. We'll rendezvous once the prisoners are secure. If you can hear this, relay these details to FIA Mission Command at Papantia. All right, people. Shake off those stars. We still got a job to do. Time to get moving. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Come in, Command. This is Escort Team Alpha. The Dedicant's hyperdrive has been activated. Repeat, the hyperdrive has been... Someone doesn't want us going this way. Farrell, get that access panel open. Steinberg, look for vents and service ducts. Anything we can use to keep us moving. Gateshead, come in. Why am I not surprised? We have a situation down here. The Dedicant's internal layout has changed. My guess is cultists have control of the security networks. Doors are closed in some corridors and open in others. We know where we need to go, but keep running into dead ends. Engineering's about 1 kilometer away, several decks down. Farrow and Wilson say they can return FSD access to the helm. Getting there will be slow going, though. If the cultists control the security doors, they'll have the express lifts locked down, too. It'll be, slow going. Especially if we run into any more traps. Gateshead, if you can hear this. Priority 1 is getting a distress call out ASAP. Once that's done, I'm gonna need you to establish control of the security network and get an internal comms channel open. Something the cultists can't jam. And gaining control of the security network comes next. If you can't hear, then we'll do things the hard way. This message will repeat until we're in engineering, just in case. I'll update then. Stay focused, okay? Hold the bridge until we get the hyperdrive online. You've got this.
So takeaways from this. The true chapter seems to be split into sub-chapters. Sophie describes herself as the 61st adherent of the 11th true chapter, whereas Kelvin is the 9th disciple of the 5th true chapter. And this suggests a hierarchy of chapters with a hierarchy of ranks within them as well. Perhaps the numbers are in order of authority, with the first true chapter as the overall ruling one, and then going down to the 11th as the least, having the least authority. The 11th chapter, which Sophie belongs to, does seem to have less significance than the 5th chapter that Kelvin belongs to. Sophie was primarily concerned with her own survival, and she activated the defences out of what was more like instinct than planning, while Kelvin of the 5th chapter appears to have more authority and organisation, and we hear him communicating instructions to another disciple. Joseph's rank and chapter is not stated anywhere, but he mentions receiving instructions from Kelvin, which makes him likely to be the disciple that Kelvin was talking to. It also seems obvious from context that the Thargoids boarded the ship, and it all sounded pretty scary with the Predator-style clicking sounds and growling and roaring going on, plus the terrified screaming of the Far God and the Feds, of course. And I'm sure that there will be a lot of speculation and ideas flying around. A big question for me now is, will this change the attitude of the cult? Now that they've seen that the Thargoids will simply massacre them without a second thought, will they change their minds about them being gods, or will they just double down and say it's all part of the plan? It could go either way, with a fanatical and unreasoning desire to believe regardless of the evidences involved. Maybe we've got it all wrong, and being mercilessly slaughtered by aliens is a good thing, and we just haven't understood that yet. And another one is, was the first apostle on board? It seems unlikely, and she may still be on the Testament, where she was when the cult rescued Shojin-A, but we don't know that, and we don't know where the Testament is either, so that's another reveal that may or may not happen. But for the moment, that's all we have on this story, and hopefully we will get more soon. And by the time this video goes up, we will be very close to the Thursday morning maintenance, or Thargs Day, as we call it. And then we'll see. We will see if some of the bugs Update 16 is supposed to have fixed will work, such as conflict zones not hanging around in reclaimed systems, and over the next few weeks the parts of this update that have not been directly mentioned, that we've been left to discover for ourselves, may come to light. Already the sides are causing a lot of interest, and people haven't taken long to find out quite a lot about them. I'll link to an excellent video by Commander Crunch Buttsteak, great name. He's been looking at them, and the video is well worth a watch. There's one more thing that has been reported. I said in a previous video that it was strange for the Thargoids to take so much territory and then do nothing with it, except occupy it and use those systems as a springboard into human systems to cause alerts and invasions, but doing nothing with the systems themselves. And now reports are coming in from Canon and others that some of the atmosphere bodies in control systems appear to have patches of barnacles. That's a new development as far as I know, and will also be the first time they've seeded bodies in human space. What's a bit odd to me is that they've waited this long to do it though. I would have thought doing it from the start would have been better, while they were still expanding into 50 new systems a week, as opposed to now, when we've taken back a lot of that territory. And in the last month or so, we've reclaimed over 300 systems back from them. They're being referred to as mega barnacles in the codex, and there are some other new entries in the codex which I haven't read through yet, so that information may appear in a future video. Otherwise, that's it for now. We'll see what happens after Thargs Day. We'll try and get some testing done for science and the new passenger missions, while we continue to push back the expansion, retake what we can, and learn about any new situations that have cropped up since the update. As always, thanks for watching, and feel free to share your own experiences of any of this new stuff in the comments. Take care, and see you next time.